Everybody, this is Alessandro. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk to you about rotation order, gimbal lock issue, how to fix this, and most of all, how to spot those kind of problem as soon as possible rather than later on at the end of the animation where it's going to cause you eventually a lot of problem, right? Let me start with the very beginning. So we have a reference over here. I choose this reference because we have a lot of very interesting rotation, and no matter what, at some point gimbal lock is going to happen. It's kind of inevitable. A UL filter is not going to help you, right? So classic mistake that people do is that they take this object over here, right? They start to pose their character and everything, and they do the posing in step, or they do a pose here, a pose over there, here, another one here, this one here, blah blah blah, the usual. The problem is when they go to spline, then the rotation start to be all messy, and then they don't know how to fix it. They need to go frame by frame, which is gonna look very ugly, or they need to redo certain part. Anyway, a lot of time lost, right? So my suggestion is, when you have a reference like this with a lot of rotation, and you want to be very comfortable and be very sure that you're not going to have problem about gimbal lock, what you should do, hide everything else, okay? Keep only the torso and the head, all right? And pose things very quickly to check those rotation, okay? So for example, we can already do something like this, all right? We can already go like this and just test the rotation, all right? Only to see how the interpolation is gonna be. I am, for example, I'm working in spline right now, not in step, because again, we are just checking the interpolation, and that's what we want to take a look very, very quickly. As you can see, translation doesn't even uh, need to be here because we don't care about that. We're just testing the gimbal lock, right? And so we do here, right? We do this part over here, and then from here we already go in this scenario, all right? And so let's stop this quick test over here and see how the interpolation is. So from here to here, oops, it looks like already there is quite of a big of a mess, right? So let's see if we can fix it in with Euler filter, all right? So let me go here, Euler filter, here we go. Let's see, fix the problem. Okay, it looked like until here it kind of solve it more or less, right? Okay, then from here, well, from here didn't really solve it, because you see the head should go from here to here, very short, linear, but as you can see instead, the head is coming forward, it's doing this arc, when instead should have just gone straight like this and turned, right? So as you can see, we still have a gimbal lock issue here that we cannot be fixed, right? And especially over here, right? Again, you see the head is doing this inner arc. That's not supposed to be like that. From here to here, it should just go straight and do this without doing this crazy arc. So you can already see that there is a lot of issue. There, here you go. Look what's happening over here, right? It's going to the opposite direction. A lot of problem over here that even the Euler filter cannot fix. And so one of the reasons why mistake people do when they do their posing and everything is that they always tend to be in object, because the axes tend to be aligned to the overall orientation, right? But this is the wrong way to animate rotation, all right? The proper way, you're supposed to be in gimbal. And let me show you what happened in case you don't know about this. So in gimbal means you can see the actual representation of the axis. And in fact, if you go to use gimbal, you're gonna notice that as soon as you do this one, to imitate this pose over here, and to go to this one over here, you're already gonna have some problem here. There you go, because now the two axes are basically overlapping each other, right? And so if I want to do this one, right, where, well, actually mostly here, right, where you want to push these things a little bit more inside, I cannot do it. And if I'm gonna do it, I might have exactly the gimbal lock it's happening, because again, if I go back to the real representation, see what's happening. I might have tried to interpolate in the best way to get me to push it like this, right? And so as soon as you start to do this one, See, here is also affecting now the rest of the rotation, right? Oops, right? See, I wanna do like this, right? Do like here. You will see that there are moments where I cannot really do it very well. Like here now, I wanted to say do this one, and I cannot rotate it in this direction. I cannot do this. Yes, I can go to object and doing it, but here is gonna screw up this one. Okay, the interpolation. I can guarantee you guys, this one is nothing you can do about it. All right. So obviously, when these things happen, again, for me, when I can see that this is already the the problem, then I go immediately in gimbal lock. It means this is not the right orientation order. So you need to go here and try a different one. Okay. So because I already tried, I know already which one is could be considered a good one. It's basically the one where this one brings along the axis, this one doesn't, and this one goes to gimbal lock. So like this will be a lot easier to manage. Let me show you. All right. Um, okay, so we can go here. As you can see here, the axes tend to be a lot cleaner, right? Go, go like here, right? Right. Let's go here. See the orientation that will be a lot nicer here. See now it's cleaner the rotation, right? Let's continue. Let's try some of the things that are a little bit more dangerous, right? Hopla. See here. See here. Boom. Okay. I managed to keep those rotation uh, cleaner. Okay. Let's go here now. Okay, let's really try all of them to see uh, if we can manage to do all of them, right? Okay. Boom. Yeah, maybe here we can keep it like this, right? Now let's go a little bit here. Okay, let's do this test all together at least once, right? And the timing is obviously not going to be the same, but again, I don't care about that. I'm only caring here about the uh, the rotation in between. That the axes don't break, right? See here, I can manage more or less to maintain something like this. Okay. Hopla. So here is I need to be a little bit smarter, but I need first of all to figure out this part over here. Oh, but here, as soon as I go here, I can do this one. And again, make me see it's continuing, right? Boom, right? However, it's always good to go back here and very quickly clean up those stuff over here. I don't know if there is any Euler filter is gonna help. Let me see if it helps in any way. No, it actually didn't help because it just removed our rotation. I don't think that was exactly what we wanted, right? But as you can see, right, this one maybe needed to be a little bit more here, right? I hear that, here you go. See? But I can, as you can see, guys, the axes are a lot cleaner like this, okay? See? See, here there is not that issue. Opla, maybe here can be a little bit more side. Here maybe if you look like there is something, but I wanna double check because it's not an issue of of rotation. It just, it feels like an easy in, easy out. That's how it feels like. In fact, you see the rotation now is very clean. Okay, boom. See, all exactly all the same. Right, no problem. Very nice and clean. All right. And when you do this one, when you test it, you know now that like this, you're not gonna have any issue. You can go ahead, cancel everything, uh, go back, make everything, visible here, and now you can go ahead and do your blocking. But obviously, make sure that when you're gonna do your blocking, you're always gonna stay here in gimbal and be mindful about those things. All right, and move them like this. And this setup should be good as well for the foot as well, and stuff like that. Okay, guys. So if you do something like this, again, it's gonna take you maybe 10 minutes to test it. As you can see, it doesn't take very long, but it's gonna help you tremendously along the way, because you're not gonna have any bad surprise if you did things properly. If you spend 3 4 days doing the blocking plus, and then going to spline, right? Things are gonna be more under control. And I know there are tools like Animbot or other that can maybe help you to fix this automatically, but in production you might not always have this luxury, all right? Or maybe some of you don't know how to use it or whatever. I think it's always a good habit if you know what you're doing, okay, you know how to control things rather than rotating things randomly. When you're in object space, you just move things around, and then things get messy when you spline it a bunch of gimbal log. You don't know how to fix it, and you're gonna have a lot of nightmare to do stuff like that. I don't think that's the right approach into to that one. Okay, guys, hope you enjoyed this short tutorial, and see you next time. Ciao, guys.